What up, though? Show. It's your boy Dame D, and we are live. I'm joined by with BJ3. He's going to be coming in a second to join us. We're going to be watching the Boots Ennis versus Stanionis welterweight fight tonight. So I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know, it's going to be a good fight. We got two undefeated fighters that's getting ready to put both of their belts on the line. So it's definitely about to be a great fight. Let me make sure. Let me know if you guys can hear me clear, and I'm getting ready to go to my channel to make sure that I can be heard.
I hear you loud and
Okay, I
clear.
can be heard. So I'm gonna go ahead and okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause that. Okay, so I'm loud. I'm loud and clear. You can hear me loud. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, like I said, we are live. We're getting ready for the fighters to come out. You got Jaron Ennis versus Stanios. I don't want to chop his first name up, so I'm not going to say it, but they're doing the tape
Stanionis.
of the tape. The
It's
fighters are
Stanionis.
getting ready to come out. I cannot show the fight live, but I can talk about it, and let you guys hear some of the audio. But like I said, I am joined with BJ3. He's going to be coming in any given time you know, um, to give his commentary on the fight with us. So it's definitely going to be a great fight. This fight, whoever wins this fight, should be lined up. I'm not going to say to fight Crawford because right now Crawford, I think, got his eyes set on what's the give me a second. BJ3 will be a Canelo.
Canelo.
Crawford got his ass set on Canelo, but if that don't go through, this will be a great fight for
Nah,
a great
man.
fight for Crawford, because before Crawford moved up, he was this pretty much was going to be a fight between the two if either Spence or Crawford didn't move up. Which I thought the two were bigger. It was they were bigger fighters than Ennis. But Ennis don't work this way up. He's been holding his ground. I'm not going to say he's one of the. I mean, he's definitely one of the top fighters out there in the welterweight division. But you know, uh, is he ready for Spence or Crawford? I'm gonna say no, not yet. But tonight, he got Stanios ahead of him. So I need you guys' opinion on what tonight's fight gonna be. So, they're singing and doing their announcement. So the fighters getting ready to come out in a little bit. So it definitely should be a good fight. So I'm trying to get my audio in check and line, make sure that you guys can hear my background, and then I'm trying to make sure that I can actually hear the fight and talk to you guys at the same time. Yeah, but like I said, you got Boots Ennis versus Stanios getting ready to come up for the welterweight WBC championship fight.
Stuck with it. What if it goes out? Put your back up.
And
Hold on,
we
back
are
up right now.
joined with BJ3. He's going to be coming in to join us momentarily. I just want to see a great, exciting fight. I want to see a lot of punches thrown. I want to see what Staniels have to bring to the fight. We know Ennis is going to bring a good fight. He's definitely a skilled fighter. He throws a lot of combinations. I'm not going to say the power isn't there, but he's not known for, at least for me, for knocking a lot of people out. You know what I mean?
Talking about boots.
And they are in Atlantic City, where we see a lot of magic comes out. We saw a lot of great fights in Atlantic City, a lot of upsets, a lot of surprises. You know, I don't know what I'm quite sure Vegas is picking Ennis to be the favor of this fight tonight, but Stanio is definitely he's the champion and he has a lot to bring to the table himself.
Mm.
Like I said, I am waiting on BJ3 to come through to give his commentary on the fight. You know, um, like I said, I just want to see a great, outstanding fight. More than likely, and I'm not too familiar with Stanios. I don't know his power. I looked over a few of his fights. I guess I'll have to look at the tail of the tape of the fight again to see his wins to knockout ratio to determine what type of power that he got. Okay, so you got Stanios getting ready. He's coming out now. Kind of look like I ain't gonna say what's the boy that played on Andy Griffith? Okay, well they got Ennis by 45% KO. Which Ennis does have a great defense. So, Stanios he'll have to bring a great offense to be able to, to be able to get past that defense of Ennis because Ennis does has a great defense. That's one thing I will be able to say to him. He definitely is well coached and well skilled.
Coming out?
Stanios don't look like a big fighter.
Come on, I
But
just
that
want
don't
to come out
mean
for a
nothing.
second. All right, maybe not. Come on. She want to go back. She come back in. She wants you. All right, can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right,
No, it's
so
not as loud as it normally be, but I hear you. I'm just typing
I
in.
can
You can
take it
go ahead
off.
and
I can take
introduce
it off.
yourself to the show,
I can take it
BJ3.
off my earpiece. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get the case. Hold on. Serena, you gonna have to help me. You have to find another channel.
Why did he run out like that? You didn't even see him like.
Okay, now you got Boots Ennis getting ready to come out.
I see him coming out.
Definitely
It's
about to be a
freezing.
great
Mine freezing.
fight. So we are joined with BJ3.
What's happening? All right, let me see. Let me take this out right here. You like this better? This sound better?
Uh, I don't know.
Nah, I don't like it. I
That
can't
might
hear
not
you.
be better.
I can't hear you now. All right, there we go. All right.
Okay, boy. Boots Ennis coming out. It look like they moving in slow motion.
Yeah, mine is doing a little freezing too.
That's just how
All
they
right, so
how they be
Stanionis,
walking over.
Stanionis is he's like an extremely busy fighter. So
Stanios. Okay,
Stanionis,
so yeah, so
Stanionis.
give us your give everybody your outlook on Stanios, BJ3. Tell everybody what type of fighter you think he is. What does he bring to the table? And how will he approach Boots Ennis coming out?
So Stanionis is everybody a lot of boxers got they ups and downs. He he's born overseas. I think in Lithuania. I can look it up exactly,
I
but
believe it's
uh,
Lithuania.
somewhere like that. And his record right now is 15-0. He's like a buzzsaw. Like he just keeps coming. He has good angles. He has really good power, and he don't get tired. So he's gonna be somebody that's gonna be on Boots behind the whole fight, unless Boots hit him with some stuff to keep him off of him, and that ain't happened in his career yet. So he's on a
Right.
long layoff. It says last fight was May 2024, so last year.
Okay.
So
And
yeah,
I was
but
going to say that because he
hey,
has
look,
been on a
hold
long
on though.
layoff.
Like
Boots been on
he
a pretty decent layoff himself too, so he's not
who?
been that active this year at all. I don't think.
Well, look, Stanionis was in the mix back in the days trying to fight Bud. Back in the days, he was supposed to have been in that mix. And
Right.
then, Bud and Earl they finally made the fight. So in reality, like people was trying to match up Boots with Bud, um, and then Bud, went up to supposedly have done a rematch at the next weight class. But Stanionis was in line before Boots was. So Stanionis has
Right.
been there for a while. He's been waiting for his turn for a while. So right now you got Norman. I think Norman, not Norman Jackson.
Yeah, see, and I think what you was talking about, all that was set up in line before Crawford and Bud fought.
Before, yeah. So Bud
I
and
mean, before
EJ
Bud and Spence fought.
before, yeah, they was at the top, and these was the young guys that wanted to get at them, but they're like, hold on, we got to fight each other. And then when they fought each other, they both moved up. So Stanionis has been around for a while. He's one of the type of fighters like Lomachenko, where you know his amateur pedigree. They just kind of put him in there with monsters early in his career. So his 15, a lot of times 15 wins. Usually, you know, you got at least half of my powders. He been in there fighting folks since the beginning. So don't let the 15 fool you. So he was
Yeah,
off for a while because
he
he
looked
couldn't
like
find
a
no
little
opponent.
young what's the boy name from that played on the Andy Griffin show?
Andy Griffith.
Wow, I can't think of his name, but he looks really young. But he's 30 years old. Ennis is 27. Um,
Okay.
like I said, I just want to see a good action packed fight. I don't want to see overall, even if it does go 12 rounds, because normally a lot of Ennis fights go 12 rounds. I don't know the power
No,
of
no, no. Don't say that.
once they
I
throw
tell
up
you
the
his
record
record.
again, I'll be able to see the
Boots,
power of
Boots,
Stanios.
Boots got power, man. Don't trip. Don't trip. Boots got power in both hands. They was trying to compare Boots to Bud. That's why it
Yeah,
got kind of
yeah.
crazy with him talking about he was looking for Bud. Bud like, man, when? Like, go back to sleep. Let me see. Boots. Yeah, Boots got power, man. Boots in this record.
We about to find out because
Yeah,
he definitely got that.
he gonna have to do something to keep this boy off him. Stanionis, Stanionis, uh, he throws a lot of punches, and he's gonna be coming.
Okay, so yeah, so that means and Ennis has a great defense. And I was saying that before you came in. I said it's going to be a good fight. Because they say Staniels like to stay busy. But Ennis has the great. He's a great defensive fighter too. And he's a counter fighter. But the chat line is open. I need for you guys to chat. Tell me what you think about this fight. Who are you think going to win? Who you rooting for? Like I said, I just want to see a good active fight. It's about to be a great Walter weight division fight. Another good fight and
Hey, so look, Stanionis is 15-0. Boots record is 35 wins, 29 knockouts, one no
okay. Well,
contest.
we'll say he got some knockout power.
Hey,
So I got to see
35
those boys
wins,
again. 15-0 with how
25
many
knockouts.
knockouts?
Hey, he was knocking everybody out for a minute. Then he ended up having to hold on.
Okay, so Boots is the challenger. Okay, well say he got some knockout power. Well, he's gonna need it tonight. Especially if Stanios is a active fighter and he throws a lot of shot. You know what I mean? So that'll keep a fighter like Ennis busy. Especially with his defense. If Stanios comes out, because he's a champion. You got to give him the respect. A champion is a champion. He's there for a reason, and hopefully this means this is going to be a great fight. And that's all I want to see is an action-packed, great fight at the end of the night. I'm ready to get it on. Like my uncle keeps saying, let's get it on, baby. Staniels just looked like a little kid up in there. But here we go. First round, you guys. Like I said, I'll do my commentary as we go. Sometimes I'll be a little quiet. to let you guys hear. Hopefully, you guys can hear what's going on too in the background. And BJ3 will come in and do his commentary too. All right, here we go. Let's get it on. First round. The chat is open, so I need for you guys to interact with me. Make sure that okay, this is starting off. Stanionis is the aggressive, and that's what I thought. Ennis is more of a counter fighter, but Ennis is definitely popping that jab. Stanionis is coming forward. Let me see, two. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be two right-handed fighters. Okay, nah. Okay, yeah. Two right-handed fighters. Ennis popping that jab early. It looked like Stanionis is just coming in, looking for that one shot for right now. That's what it's looking like to me. It looked like BJ3 came out. He'll probably be momentarily coming back in. I don't know what happened. Boots trying to throw. Boots is dangerous with that uppercut. One thing I will say about Boots, he definitely has a lot of skills. He throws that uppercut, like he throw a jab, at any given time, he can hit you with any one of those, those shots. A good left hook to the right hook to the body from Ennis. And Stanionis is coming in side to side with a lot of head movement. Just caught Ennis with a good overhand left hook. He kind of reminded me of a bigger pit bull, how he's coming in. He's not really throwing that jab, not too many punches until he gets inside on Ennis. But Ennis is throwing that jab, trying to keep him off, keeping that space, which he's gonna have to do to win that fight. Like I said, so I don't know the power of Stanionis. But thus far, Boots have shown, over his 30-something fights that, that he got a pretty good chin. I'm going to send BJ3 another link. I don't know what happened. Okay, so yeah, first round, pretty much they filling each other out, like how most fighters do. Pretty active fight. Boots is a lot active. He's more active, I should say, out of the both fighters. Stanionis is just coming in, trying to find his spot to throw a punch. Ennis is throwing a lot of jabs, a lot of combination. So it looked like it's going to be a pretty good fight. So like I said, I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's the end of the first round. But yeah, I just want to see a good action-packed fight. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to to our goals that we're trying to reach over here on YouTube. So definitely, continue to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and comment and like, and then also share. I'll give that first round to Boots Ennis. He was more busier than the two. Stanionis was more the aggressor that fight. He was just coming in, just trying to find, openings, which Boots is not going to give you too many openings. Boots hitting with a good body shot. Boots does land a lot of good body shots. That's one thing I can say. Boots got caught with a good overhand left hook by Stanionis too, so he's gonna have to watch out for that. So it's been a good first round thus far, and it's only gonna get better from here. So here we go in the second round. Boots starting off a little bit more aggressive, popping that jab. He's fighting from left hand now. Yep. So Ennis is now turned into a softball stance. So he's mixing it up a little bit. Okay, here go BJ3. Yeah, so like I said, Ennis is giving him a lot of BJ3. You back?
I'm back.
Okay. All right, yeah, like I said, that first round was gonna go. To me, Ennis is a pretty much a counter fighter. Stanios was the aggressive that fight, the aggressive that first round. But I think Ennis landed and threw a lot more shots in that first round, which he's
Yeah,
doing in his
he,
second round too. To me, Stanios is just looking for one shot.
Stanionis.
Stanionis,
Stanionis
yeah,
did he
Stanionis,
did what he normally does. He was
right,
coming forward, trying to position Boots. If he can get him in the position, then he'll throw a bunch of combinations. And
right,
Boots is not allowing that to happen. He
yeah.
popping, moving, pop, move,
Hmm.
swinging them, switching. He
That
doing what
stand,
he doing
he
all that.
giving
He
him a
pulling
lot of
all the tools out.
angles. Is what he's
Right.
doing.
Uh-huh.
But he keep hitting Boots with that overhand right hook. Boots just hitting with another left hook.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that left hook of Stanios is catching Ennis. Ennis got to watch out for that because he definitely got that right hand down.
Yeah. That's the one thing that when they kept trying to compare him to Bud and tell him, match him up to Bud, he was like, he ain't ready. His defense ain't there.
Yeah,
He take more shots than he should.
yeah, yeah, because he keep both of them hands down, and I'm looking at him now. He has both of that left hand and his right hand. You know, um, I mean, he does has a great defense, but he takes a lot of shots by leaving those hands down.
Yeah, he has all the moves. He definitely has all the moves
Yeah, he
and the
do.
reflexes, but he will take a shot to give a shot. He does
Right.
take some shots.
Yeah, but so far, it's been it's been a pretty decent fight. I'll give like I said, I gave the first round to Ennis. So far, look like he's been. I'm not gonna say the more aggressive, but he's been definitely landing more shots in his second round too.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely the cleaner shot.
So it's the end of the second round. So like I said, I'll give Ennis that second round again. He's definitely been the more aggressor. He even came out fighting southpaw in that second round. And was able to land a lot of clean and open shots. Second round Stanios is he's just for right now. He's just still trying to feel Boots out. Looking for one shot. And that's gonna have to change. His corner have to come up with a different game plan,
It's
BJ3.
on YouTube. Just switch it to YouTube.
Yep. So, but yeah, man, like I said, at the end of the day, I just want to see a good, decent, action-packed fight, and we've been getting that. And like I said, and this is gonna have to put that they have to put them gloves up, man, because he's been getting caught. Ennis caught him with a good uppercut coming in too. But Ennis gonna have to put that right hand up
Woo!
because he's been getting caught with a lot of overhand left hooks by Stanionis.
There you go. Stanionis
Yeah,
is,
right
but you see he's
there.
still coming though. Boots
Yeah,
hitting
no,
him
he
with all
still
kind of
coming. I
stuff.
mean, he got a pretty good chin.
Hey,
He's
Boots
not
is
been
he's looking
shaking
good
down.
though.
None of his knees haven't buckled yet from none of the shots. So
Hey,
still coming ahead.
Boots looking good though. Boots
Yeah,
is
no, he
hitting him
looking real
with
good.
move, hitting him and moving,
You see, he got them
spinning.
hands up too now, though.
Uh huh.
See, but to me, man, it just don't seem like he hit that hard. Cause look at his combinations. They just be like so soft looking, and
But
I
you
ain't
know
gonna
how
say
that is.
soft looking, but they just don't look like they hit with a lot of power to me.
You know how you change up you
Yeah, no,
don't
I
put
get
your
it. I
all
get
into
it.
every punch. You just touch him, and when he used to you
Yeah,
touching
no,
him,
he puts them
bam,
up
then you hit him
right.
with that thing.
Yeah.
He got it, man. He doing it.
Ooh,
He
he
doing the
just got
damn
caught
thing.
with a right
I
hand. Ennis did.
two of them. But look what he
Yeah.
coming back with.
Ennis
That boy
got a pretty
he
good
got
chin
moves.
because Stanionis don't call him with some good shots.
Yeah.
He's
Ooh.
coming ahead. Ooh, he just caught, and listen, that was a shot. That
Uh.
looked like that might have been a shot, BJ3, that put Ennis down. But they said he grabbed him by the back of his head.
Mm.
But I could have sworn I saw a shot. but I could have been wrong.
Now where you at? How many minutes you got? And what round? Oh, oh.
I'm at third round. We got a minute and now 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm at a little bit ahead of you. I've got 34 seconds left. Let me
Okay,
go in the
okay.
house.
Well, okay.
I'll
Well,
be
yeah,
right
I'll
back. I'm
let you
about to
take the
change
lead.
it.
So go
I'm
ahead
gonna
and take
change
the
the
lead a
channel in
little
the
bit.
house. Oh, yeah, no, no. Boots is working. He got him going to the body. He back at Boots is backing him up now. So them combinations.
I'm not gonna say Boots is backing him up,
Well, you 30 seconds
but
behind
from well, you a
me.
little bit ahead of me. So
Right. Yeah, you see it. Boots backed him up a little bit. Then he going back to boxing. But his boxing is working because Stanionis is coming forward, but he really not landing nothing on Boots. I mean,
no, he's
he
not.
coming
And quick,
forward, but
he's landing
Boots is
another
hitting him.
left hook, and
Bang,
they
bang,
both just
bang,
took good
bang,
shots.
bang, bang.
But Stanionis gonna have to watch them uppercuts. He running into a lot of Boots in his uppercuts.
It's only gonna get worse. It's not like Stanionis.
See, and he throwing
But
them
he
bitches
don't do
too.
nothing different. He gonna get
Yeah,
stopped.
yeah. Okay, see, Stanios, quit playing. See, I don't like that shit. Okay, so it's the end of the third round. It's been a pretty good action-packed fight. Thus far, I give all 3 rounds to Ennis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stanios is
He's
he's been actually, he's been putting up a pretty good fight. He's been holding his own ground, but to me, thus far, he has not won a round. In my opinion.
I'm gonna tell you something too, Sean. And he letting Stanionis rough him up and flesh. I don't like
Mm. He caught him with that. Yeah, he caught him. He don't caught him with a couple of shots.
it. So
Okay, yeah, he pulled him down, but it was a shot before that. But yeah, it's a good fight. We got a few people watching, interact, comment. Let me know what you think about this fight. It's been a decent fight.
yeah, they
Okay,
fighting.
here we go. The start of the fourth
They
round.
fight.
4 out of 12. Like I said, I've given all 3 rounds to Ennis. And I'm gonna ask BJ3. BJ, in your opinion, I've given all 3 rounds to Ennis. And so have the scorecard that I'm looking at too.
Yeah, Boots is he's using that Philly shell.
Yeah,
He go
using
back
it
and
to his
forth from that, and he's doing combinations and getting out the way.
yeah, he is.
Stanionis is coming forward, but Boots is hitting him with jabs, left hook. Well, he just hit with a nice combination and got out the way. Bang, bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang, and moved. So Stanionis really can't get to him. Boots got the hand out. He got the hand keeping him at a distance, and then he working him.
right.
Stanionis, he does get a shot in here and there, but it's here and there. Boots is
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that right there. That was a good right hand right there. Nice
and
right hand.
it's trying to do that, looking for pretty much he's just coming in trying to look for one shot, BJ3. And Ennis is
And
not going to be able to stand there to be able for him to load up and give him one power punch. I mean, he
right,
have been catching him with some good shots, but
one
thus
shot,
far,
not the
not enough
combination
to
that he
be able
used
to
to.
put Ennis down
Yeah,
yet.
he been you hit it on the nose. He's been able to hit Boots with one shot here and there. And nice shots though when he hit him, it's usually a pretty good one. But he's not hitting them with the combinations that he's used to doing because Boots
Right.
ain't gonna be there long enough for him to do no combinations. So
Yeah.
it you can tell that Stanionis fight game has changed, and Boots is getting more comfortable. He sees that he's faster. He sees that he can't hit him. He sees he can hit him and get out the way. So he's starting to showboat a little bit.
Yeah, no,
He's
I
starting
agree.
to play with it.
Everything that you said, BJ3
Oh
is
my goodness, he's
100%
starting to play with it.
facts. Ennis is starting to get a little bit more confidence as each round go. You can tell he's starting to showboat a little bit. He's playing. He's looking at the goddamn fans hitting him with shots. Doing the rope a dope kind of. So yeah, he's out there playing with him now. So
Yeah.
Stanios is going to have to take that as a disrespect. You know what I
What can he
mean? And
do? What he normally does
put
is
up his
attack you.
and change his plan and come back in there with another plan.
Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if he got something else inside his tube belt besides coming forward and throwing combinations because he can't do that. He can't
Yeah,
come
because pretty
forward
much that's the only
and throw
luxury he
combinations.
has. BJ3 is just coming forward, trying to catch him
That's
with
it. The only thing he can do
some
now is
hooks,
coming
some
forward.
overhand left hooks or right hooks. I
The
haven't really
combination
saw
part
no
ain't working.
combinations for Stanionis yet.
Can't. He can't
Only
throw no
thing I saw is
combination.
overhand
He
left
getting
hooks
hit.
and maybe an overhand right hook.
When he try to throw a combination, he get hit with some stuff. So he throwing one shot, click, block up. One shot, block up. And
Yeah, but he
block up.
definitely won't win that fight doing that against Ennis because Ennis is too fast to, for Stanionis to be throwing one shot and thinking, that's gonna work.
They let you know that Boots got enough power to keep him off of him because if he didn't have enough power, if he didn't have power, then Stanionis will be coming forward, throwing combinations, risking getting hit and
Right.
not caring. And that's not the case.
You're starting to see a cut. It's a little small cut in his right eye, and it's starting to swell up a little bit. So look like his corner is
Stanionis
starting
got
to
a
get a
cut
little concerned. Stanio Honus is not looking exactly like how he was
in the beginning.
confidence wise coming into this fifth round. So he's definitely gonna have to get his confidence back up, throw a lot more shots, man, because right now he's looking he's looking stagnant, in his punches, I should say,
He not throwing punches. He coming forward, but he ain't throwing no punches.
at all. It's like Ennis out there just hitting the heavy bag.
He just moving, bop, bop, back, back,
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Like a
You put
sparring
the
session.
pressure on him, but he ain't doing
Keep
shit. He
trying.
even cutting the ring off, but not throwing no punches.
You know why though? We already talked about that. That's because Boots got that jab on him, and
Yeah,
and
he
he
do,
regular.
and he giving
He
him angles. I mean,
oh
sure, he
oh my
throwing like
goodness.
he just hit him with a good punch, but
Ah, hey, but he
that's not
okay.
going.
Stanley's got a good left hook in there, but Boots is moving. Oh, he just got a right hand in there,
See
but
what
Boots is
Stanley
moving.
is gonna have to do is just let it go.
He can't. He throw three shots. Look every time he throw a shot, he get hit. Boots come back with two shots. Every time he get hit, he land two or three. So if you throw a couple
See,
punches,
now
you
Boots out there playing. See, I would take
yeah
that
he,
as a total disrespect. Like you just out there playing with me, and you
yeah
think that's cool.
throw more punches and see what
See, there
happens.
you go. You got to get like that.
Yeah, you
See, you a
like
little
that?
bit ahead of me though, BJ3, but he just threw
Uh-huh.
a combination. But he got to get a lot more busier, BJ3.
He
At
is
the end of the day,
he keeping his face. He's staying right there in front of Boots. The problem
taking a
is
lot of shots
he's not throwing the punches, the combinations that he does when he usually get there.
at
But
all.
Boots is hitting. He landing leather, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at these
No,
shots.
he
He's
is.
moving him back. He
I'm
on him.
I'm
Oh,
agreeing
he
with you.
on him. He got him backed up. Oh my goodness. He backing him up. Oh, he teeing off on him. He teeing off on him. Oh my goodness. This is getting bad for Stanionis. Boots is making him look regular. Uh, uh, uh. He dancing. He out there dancing. Yeah, he gonna be able to.
Excuse me, I
He
had something caught in my throat, but yeah, man, he out there teeing off on him. Look like he going for the
Stanionis' nose
knockout
is bleeding.
early.
He Stanionis' nose is bleeding,
He got the top of his head bleeding.
and
I
his
mean,
nose.
Stonios is still out there throwing shots, but now he got his face, that eye's leaking now.
Woo! That was a heck of a round right there.
Yeah, that was a
That
good
was a heck of
round.
a round.
All 5 rounds to Ennis. He out there showboat, nosebleed. He got his nosebleed now. So yeah, he definitely got the face bloody.
Ooh, he hitting it with good moves and
Yeah,
good
see, and what's gonna
combinations and
help him
getting out the way.
because that the speed of Ennis he can't keep up with that.
No,
He needs Ennis to stay still, and Ennis is not gonna do that.
he ain't doing it. He ain't doing it. And Boots got enough firepower to keep him from just going crazy. And ooh, that was a nice shot.
Yeah, we just saw in that round that Stanionis is outmatched. I can't see this fight going no more than
Ooh,
two
two
more
more
rounds,
rounds.
BJ3.
How many you say?
I said the way that last round looked, that fifth round look, I can't see it going no more than 8 rounds. If it goes this, if the next 2 rounds go this way. Ooh,
I
I mean
say
that
two
was he
rounds.
still landed some good overhand hooks, but he's
Yeah,
just
that's
letting
but
them
that's
fire a
one.
few, in
Yeah,
between.
right. I say two more rounds. By the third, but if we do three more rounds, it'll probably get real ugly. I can't even see the numbers. What round are we in?
We this should be the 6th round coming up. So yeah, yep, started the 6th round coming up. But like I
Okay.
said, Ennis is starting to heat up.
By the
He
ninth round, it should be over.
heated up in that 5th round. So we'll see if he'll be able to continue where he left off. But like I said, Stanionis took a lot of shots in that 5th round.
Ooh, he trying to stay
Ennis
closer.
keep looking over
Daniel
there over to the crowd, showboating. I mean, Stanionis he's still coming and throwing some shots.
still coming. The Boots throwing three punches and getting out the way. Bang bang. That's three. One, two, one, two. All right, standing on this threw one. He threw two, but one at a time. Oh, the Bud just threw. I mean that, but Boots
I
just
mean,
threw three punch
it's definitely been
combination.
an action-packed, good fight. It has not been a boring fight. Stanios has been making it a great fight for Ennis by coming
Uh-huh.
forward, not throwing, and just standing still, really not throwing that many punches. And
But
Ennis is
he
really
making
just
it an easy fight.
teeing off. At one point,
He
that
made
fifth
it an
round, he
easy
teed
fight.
off.
He made it an easy fight for Boots.
Yeah.
He just coming forward. And it's an easy fight.
See, now he
He ain't
slowed
doing
up
no
now
movement,
a little bit this
no
round, and
head
he's
movement.
just trying to box and just score points. He's not even looking
Oh,
for
he
the knockout. Really, he should
talking
be
about
looking for
Boots?
the knockout because
Oh no, he
he
is.
had him
He
in that
definitely
fifth
is.
round going. He had him going.
Trust me. He just softened him up. He going for the knockout.
You
hundred
think
percent.
so?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because you thought he would have came out a little bit more in the 6th round, a little bit more aggressive, trying to put
No,
that
you don't want to
knockout
put your
in, put that work
you
in, I
don't want to
should
put
say.
you don't want to put yourself in a situation where they get to catch you with something because you're trying to be too aggressive. So
No, I
he
get it.
just taking his time. He just taking his time. Oh, he just oh. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing.
I mean, Stanios, he's still coming, but like I said, he's not throwing a lot of punches. He's pretty much standing still. And Ennis is able to tee up. I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell me what you think about this fight. Like I said, now he's
Hurry
getting
up, hit
very
it, or you gonna
dangerous
miss
after
it.
the drop. So yeah, like
Yeah.
I said, BJ3, I couldn't see it going no more than a couple more rounds. Now he just put Stanios down, and we have 20 seconds left in this 6th round. He'll probably be able to survive this round, but that's what I said. Ennis got to go ahead and put the put that work in.
He's showing that he's in a different class.
Yeah, he's definitely
He's
in a
he's
different.
he's gonna
He's
he's
showing
gonna
in that fifth
Marius
round he's in a
Barrios
different
is easy
class.
work.
Yeah,
The only
he getting ready to put him down again.
the
Same
only
battle
thing.
there. So it's been a pretty good fight. I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you're watching the fight, this is a definitely a good fight. Ennis look like Ennis is getting ready to win, add another belt to his to his to his to his class, I should say. You know what I mean? So it'll definitely put him in a position where he can demand and it may be something that Crawford or I'm not going to say Spence, but it'll definitely be something Crawford to look at. You know what I mean? He got 2 belts in
Why?
that
Why you think
division.
that?
You know what I mean?
Why? Why you think that, D? Why you think Crawford gonna look at it?
Because that would make for a good fight that people would want to see.
Nah, D.
Especially if that
Crawford ain't
Crawford
thinking
and
about Crawford
Canelo
ain't
fight
thinking
don't
about
go
this guy.
through. Oh, they stopped it.
It's over.
Okay, so they stopped the
I don't want
fight,
to say
so the
nothing
fight
because
is
I'm
over
ahead of
with.
you. I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah,
It's over.
so all right, and I knew it. I said
Look,
it wouldn't go after that 5th round. I said I couldn't see
yeah,
it going no
he
more
was
than that.
on him.
So yeah, that's what happened. The corner ended up stopping the fight. So the fight
Yeah.
is over with. Boost Ennis end up winning the fight. So BJ3, give me your thoughts on what you thought. He was definitely outclassed. We saw it in that 5th round. And I called it. We pretty much called it. I said after I saw that 5th round, I'm like, okay, he's definitely in another class division.
So Boots. he has to be undefeated. He has Mario Barrios and it's another guy.
And he needed
Uh,
this BJ3. Listen, Boots Ennis needed this knockout. You know what I mean? To be able to show people that he does have the the capability to go in there, you know, and stop world class fighters because this was a world class fight.
right.
You know, so but go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to
No,
add
no,
that.
you
But go
good.
ahead, BJ3.
No, you good. You good. So I'm trying to set my thing on my phone. I'm on. All right, there we go. So we got Mario Barrios, and I'm about to pull it up right now so I can read right. And then Norman, um, I don't know his last name. I'll pull it up. Champions. And, um, so it's
You
two other
talking about
champs out there that Boots
in that
that he got to
division?
get. Huh? No,
In the welterweight
Brian
division is
Norman.
what you're talking about, right?
Brian Norman. So Brian Norman has the other belt. So
Right.
Boots had a belt. Boots had a belt. Stanionis had a belt. Um, Mario Barrios has a belt, and Brian Norman has a belt.
Okay, so
So
Boots has
now
both of
Boots
the
has
belts now.
two belts
I mean,
out of the four,
two of the belts out of three belts, I should say.
out of four.
Okay, yeah,
IBF,
I'm tripping out of four.
IBO,
So yeah, you know,
WBC, WBA.
yeah, he put in some work tonight. You know, like I said, my last few fights that I saw Boots fight, his last fights has been they both went to the 12 rounds. You know, so he needed this. He needed a fight like this. You know, he needed to show Crawford or whoever's next that they got something to look at. You know what I mean? Because he's definitely a skilled
Not
fighter. I love his defense. He put it together in this fight. But go ahead, BJ3.
so yeah, Crawford ain't on his list. It's Mario Barrios and Brian Norman because that's the other two champs in his weight class in his division.
Right
Once
now,
he
when I said
gets all the
Crawford, I was going
belts,
off some stuff that they showed earlier. They were
yeah, that's
showing
just
some stuff
yeah,
about
that ain't happening.
Crawford. Him and Crawford could be fighting. If he win this fight.
That ain't
Yeah,
they just talking. That ain't happening. Bud
yeah,
fighting Canelo and at 168. So yeah, for Bud to
yeah.
go back down to 154 after that, if he win or lose, will be at a disadvantage. So I don't see them fighting. So yeah, he Boots wants all the belts at 147, and he has to go through Brian Norman, who has power, but they sparred before, and Boots spanked him up. But that was sparring,
Let me
so
turn this
maybe he
down.
learned something and can make some adjustments. Then
Yeah, this
Mario
was easy work.
Barrios,
This was
yeah,
easy work for Boots right here.
it wasn't
And
supposed
I'm
to
not gonna
be.
say, and I wanted to see a good action-packed fight, which it was. But this definitely was this was easy work.
It wasn't
He was able
supposed
to
to
get
be.
take him out within 6 rounds. Didn't retired him in 7. But like I said, Boots is a good class fighter, man. It was a good fight for him.
The boy can
I just
fight.
want to
He can
see,
fight.
I want to see him be tested too. And I want to see
This
him
was
be up
it.
under the fire. And I have not saw that. Most of his fights, like I said, has went to 12 round decisions. So this definitely was a good fight. He needed this fight. You know, and I've give his corner and I give Ennis the credit in this fight. So go BJ3. I'll give you last words on this fight.
It was a good fight. Boots proved that you can go ahead and say he's one of them special fighters. We had to see what he could do versus somebody that we knew was going to be a tough opponent, and he
Right.
did it. He did a great job with Stanionis. I thought Stanionis was going to do a little more, but uh, as we know, you can only do what the other person can let you. And Boots wasn't letting him throw no combinations. He kept
Yeah,
coming forward,
at all,
but he
and
was
I
getting
thought it was
hit.
going to be a better fight from Stanionis the way he
He
looked
tried.
coming out in that first round. But
He tried.
as Boots heated up, And it showed in that fifth round that Boots was it was in a different class than
Yeah,
Stanionis was. And that's saying a lot. Meaning that Stanionis was a world champion. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it definitely showed the different classes between the two.
yeah. I agree. It
Yeah,
was a good fight.
yeah,
Boots proved whatever he needed to prove. He did it. He
yeah.
did
He
it.
definitely did. Yeah. And I agree with you 100%. It was a good fight. Like I said, I wanted to see a good action-packed fight. We had
Woo!
some good prelim fights. The last fight, I forget the last guy name, but that was a pretty decent fight too. It was an underdog that ended up winning that fight. But this was a good fight, and I wanted to see a good action-packed fight, and we were able to see that tonight.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
Yep.
Good
So
fight.
I don't have anything else to add, BJ3. If you do, let everybody. You can add whatever you have to add. Let everybody know what you got going on and where they can reach you.
Hey man, I ain't got nothing going on there. I don't have nothing to add. Just enjoy life.
There we go. There we go. Well, look, it was a pretty good fight tonight. Boots Ennis proved that, he's a world class, world champion fighter, not now two-time, world champion, welterweight division champion, so it was definitely a good fight, so we'll see what's up next for your boy Boots Ennis. It's been another one. It's your boy Dame D, and we are out. Peace.
Peace. Peace.